and welcome back. Feeling a little bit better in myself now. Hope you're all okay. I'm only going to do 4 nails for this one. I will quickly talk through a little bit of it and then I will catch you up on what's been going on this past week and a half, 2 weeks, because it has been manic. So I've taken Electra and I Love New York and Inner Peace, and I'm going to create an ombre. Because I've only done 4 nails, I don't think it really matters what nail goes where, what order. This is the ombre brush from ℙ𝕆𝕼𝔻𝕻. Just tickle it back and forth, go. So when you're tickling, I'm doing it with my hand, you can't see. When you're moving the brush, go up a little bit, keep tickling, and then go down a little bit. And just do that a couple of times. Make sure you wipe off any excess on the brush. And then move on to the next tickle. The next 2 colours that you're going to blend together. And the first coat's always a bit naff anyway, so don't worry about it too much, because the more you build up, the more layers. It only really needs 2, but some polishes take 3 coats when you're doing an ombre. So yeah, don't worry about the first coat. So leave that one to one side. It's quite a nice ombre, I like those colours. Rosy Nude, one of my all-time favourite pinky nude colours. It's just so pretty. That's going to go all over one of the nails, if I recall correctly. Is that right? Let me get them. Ooh, that's not it. Yeah, I think it does. I can't find them all. Yeah, one nail. And then once I've done 2 coats of that, and then 90 seconds to 2 minutes of my Cart's foil glue gel. And then we've got, what was it called? Skulls and Ghouls. This foil from Charlie's Nail Art Supplies. It's amazing. I love it. And my daughter saw it and she was like, oh my god, it's Draculaura. You've got to do Draculaura. And I had no idea what she was on about. So I had to Google it. She showed me and I was like, yeah, you're right actually. So we are attempting to do that today. And it doesn't go that well. It's alright, but she's a bit weird looking, but she's alright. Don't forget you can save 10% from at Charlie, sorry. Use my code NailRoom10. The link will be in the description box down below as well. And ℙ𝕆𝕼𝔻𝕻, 30%. Use my code LittleNailRoom30. Again, links and discount codes in the description box down below. When you're working with nail foils, transfer foils, it just takes practice more than anything. There's no real knack to it. Using a good quality foil glue, making sure you're curing it for long enough, and using good quality foils. So this is Draculaura's boots essentially. So I've painted I Love New York on the whole of the nail. Then I've grabbed Perfect Black. You can do this with the black gel paint, but I've been told they've discontinued it, the black and the white, which honestly I'm not that happy about, because they're essentials. Perfect Black and Perfect White gel polishes, great. I mean, they're fabulous, but the gel paints are something else. We need them. So maybe email ℙ𝕆𝕻𝔻 with me and tell them, sort your shit out, because we want them back. I've grabbed the striping brush anyway, and I've done 2 lines, left and right-ish. Silver Chrome gel paint, again from ℙ𝕆𝕻𝔻. We've done a heart and we've done dots on either side. And then the striping brush and the black gel polish. I think I used polish for all of this anyway. I might have switched to the paint. Just to do it's almost like a corset, isn't it? But these are like the shoelaces for the knee-high boots. And that is essentially done. That is 2 full nails completed. Yeah, I don't think I'm happy about the gel paints, to be honest, being discontinued. The Rosy Nude, so this is the last nail, but we are going to go back to that first nail with the ombre that we did. We'll do that last, because it just takes forever. So I've done the Rosy Nude as as the base for a French, and then Electra, which was the first colour we used on the ombre, and that is the French where you would have like white or whatever. Cured that, that's all our 2 coats, and then we've gone in with the black again. We've outlined the smile line, and then we're going to do the stripes because her hair is black and pink stripy. So I wanted to tie in different elements of that into the nails, essentially. I really wish I put some gems around the cuticle of this nail, but I didn't. And I've already recorded it, and it's all done now, so it is what it is. So I've grabbed the white gel paint and a tiny brush, and I'm just trying to mark off her features. So the top line is the top of her hair. That middle line is where her fringe starts, like the crown of her head. And then that bottom line is where the fringe ends on her face. I do the point way too low for her face because she's got like a pointy chin. So I think I get it on camera, but I end up changing that up a little bit because she's got a really long face if I kept it like this. There we go, yeah. So I've made it a bit shorter, and I do wipe that away. And then we're just going to add in all the lines for her hair, her neck, her top, and then fill it all in, and then we'll add the facial features. So shall we have a little catch up? Right, there's a lot to get through, so bear with me. You're in for the long haul. You can put me on mute if you want, I don't mind. So first off is my mother. So if you have watched previous videos before, you'll know that she was diagnosed with some heart condition, essentially, basically. I keep saying essentially, where she had limited life, basically. So she had to have this life-saving surgery in March this year. So she had all of that done. She had open heart surgery and it was all corrected. They found out that she had an extra valve. So we're usually born with a tricuspid valve. My daughter was born with a bicuspid valve, but my mum was born with a quadcuspid valve. Yeah, so they corrected that as well. And we always knew that she was having to have more surgery about 6 months down the line, and she was booked in, they said the end of July, early August, but she was actually booked in for the end of September in the end. Just trying to remember everything. We thought, or we were told, or my mum thought and then told us, that she was going in last week for a stent, and to sort out her artery in her neck was blocked. So she went in last Tuesday. I think it was the 27th. She went in 27th of September. The Wednesday she went down for the first lot of surgery. We thought she'd be home by the Thursday, Friday. We went to see her and the doctors said, no, she's got more surgery. So she waited a week and she had more surgery the following Wednesday. But she just doesn't seem right. There's something not quite right. I was having a bit of a flare up myself, so I couldn't really go over and see her. I felt guilty. I have been to see her, but the last time I was going to see her yesterday, I wasn't feeling too good, so I missed it, but I'm going over to see her tomorrow. So I've been going over every 2 to 3 days. Yeah, she just doesn't sound right. It sounds like that she's had to have a lumbar puncture due to fluid building up on her brain. And she was supposed to be home today or tomorrow, and it turns out that she's not coming home. She has got to stay in for a little bit longer, and the cardiologist is coming around to see her on Monday. So there's been all of that to digest. But I mean, she's okay. She is okay. She's getting there. This should be the last heart surgery that she actually needs, so we will touch wood, we'll keep everything crossed and all of that. So a couple of days before she went into hospital, we got a cat. We got a little Dave, little buddy, from my sister who rescues cats and kittens. Little buddy, aka Dave, he was dumped in the streets at about four weeks old, possibly younger. He was brought into my sister's rescue. I fell in love with him. I kept him, and after a week, so we had him on the Monday, and the Monday after, I'd gone down to cut my dad's hair before he went to see my mum in hospital, came back and I was like, oh, he's not playing, like Buddy, not my dad, he's not playing around like he usually does every morning. He was just sleeping. And then it got to about 6 o'clock in the evening, and 6 o'clock is feed time. That's like your final dinner for the day, for the cats. And he got off the sofa on his spot, and we thought, oh, maybe he's been sleeping on it funny because he was limping. And we thought, oh, maybe he's got like pins and needles or something. He was essentially dragging his front right foot, his whole leg. So he had a little bit of food and he went back up to his spot. And I looked over, we were eating our dinner then, and I looked over because we were watching a film, and he was breathing so fast. I touched him and he was burning up. Bear in mind, like, he's 6 weeks old, 7 weeks old. He should still be with his mom. We don't know where his mom is, so he's having baby food. He could be like highly malnourished or super weak immune system. We had no idea what was going on, so he went straight to the vets. They don't want to manipulate his arm too much due to how thin and delicate they are, obviously. But yes, he had a temperature, and yes, he was breathing really fast. So pain relief, antibiotics, see how he is, try and book him in for x-rays to see actually what is going on. So I said, right, what we'll do is we'll put him on bed rest. He cannot move. He has his pain relief. He has his antibiotics every day. And we'll see what he's like the evening of or the next morning. And by the next morning, he was actually putting weight on it. So we're like, well, we'll see what he's like the next morning. And he was using it, and he finally came off of bed rest. He's still limping slightly, but he is like 95% there. He's so close to being fully Dave, fully Buddy again. So we're so happy about that. Just got to keep an eye on it. Got to keep an eye on him. He's still on medication and everything, but obviously if he is no better after a week, and if he's still limping, we're going to book x-rays in. Yeah, to see if everything's okay. So the day before Buddy, my Hoover exploded, my vacuum cleaner. It exploded on my daughter a couple of days ago. She was doing her room and she came running downstairs, and Ryan went upstairs and he was like, well, it's working, so I'm not really sure what's happened, but it's working. So we carried on. I hoovered and it exploded on me and it wouldn't work again. So that is done. We have no vacuum cleaner, so I've got to find another one of them. And the day after Buddy, so that was the day before, then that happened to Buddy, and then the day after Buddy, my dishwasher just pooped out. It's just no, not doing your dishes anymore, do them yourself. Hoover and dishwasher have just handed in their P45 and just quit on me. So I've got to find, thankfully my mother-in-law had a spare Hoover, so emergency, we're going to use that until we found one that we like. But we have a bit of an issue with Hoovers because we've got so many kids and so many pets. Hoovers tend to break a lot on us anyway. I don't know whether anybody else has that issue. So if you know of a good Hoover, if you've got loads of kids and loads of pets and your Hoover lasts more than 12 to 18 months, let me know what you've got, because I need one. Because ours just, I don't know what we're doing wrong. I really don't. I'm not sure I'm willing to pay like 300, 400, 500 quid though for like a Shark or something. I don't mind Dyson. There's actually a refurb shop in my town where like they've had, they're not really, I don't know how to explain it, just refurbed Dysons. That's what they are. Yeah, so I think I might go and get one of them. It's like 70 quid for a Dyson that looks brand new. All that's happened is someone's brought it and like they've hoovered over the wire or something, and they don't want it anymore, so they've taken it to this shop, or this shop has brought it from wherever, fix what needs to be fixed, and then they just sell it on. So I think I'm just going to do that because Dysons are really, really reliable. So yeah, but all of that was just freaking manic, and I think then my body just gave up slightly and went into a bit of a flare, which I haven't really had for a very long time. But it was just, so like the only way to explain it is, you know, when you're about to get a flu, like you can feel that you're getting the flu, and your body just aches, and it's just so tender to move and to touch. So Ryan put his hand on my shoulder and his thumb accidentally touched my collarbone, and it was so painful. Yeah, it's just bizarre how 1 minute you can be okay, you bend down and pick something up, and then the next minute you can't freaking move. It just hurts so much. But what do you think of the nails? I've just talked the whole way through it, haven't I? I think her eyes are too close together for a start. I think, I mean, she's great, but she reminds me of Amy Winehouse rather than the Draculaura character that I was tasked to do. Yeah, she's alright for a first time. I don't do characters and stuff like that, so I thought I would try and challenge myself a little bit. My daughter loved it, she thought I did a good job, so as long as she's happy, because she was the one that set the challenge. But yeah, I'd really like to know what you think. Don't forget, all the discount codes will be linked in the description box. For everywhere, not just for Madame Glam and Charlie's. We've got Born Pretty, Modelones. Where else have we got? Beetles. We've got 30% off at Beetles as well. I've got an Amazon storefront and my website for nails. And it's Prime Day soon, 10th to the 11th. So I'll try and find some good deals for you and I'll add them to my storefront. Yeah, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. And thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for listening to my rant. Bye.